Hey everyone, this is Scott from the Got to Go podcast. Welcome to our Star Trek Discovery Season 2, Episode 3 Thoughts. Just finished watching Episode 3 of Season 2, Point of Light, where we see a surprise visitor to U.S. Discovery brings shocking news about Spock and dredges up past regrets for Burnham. Following the asteroid incident, Tilly struggles to keep a grip on her reality, and L'Rell's authority on Kronos is threatened. So I really enjoyed this episode. I just finished watching it just 10-20 minutes ago, and yeah, I really enjoyed this. I like the direction this second season seems to be going with this mystery of the Red Angels, which apparently Spock's been seeing since he was a kid. He's been just seeing them ever since Burnham ran away when she was a kid, apparently, and so that's a pretty kind of cool connection. I like that it kind of ties in a little bit more, and then we're just getting little bits. We still haven't figured it out. It seems like it's probably going to take a whole lot of this season before we learn exactly what these Red Angels are and what's going on with them and Spock. Spock still hasn't shown up yet, but his mom did, which was kind of cool. Interesting character to show up. That we see that there's a little bit of a tension that gets brought up between her and Burnham at one point, because Burnham and Spock's relationship was kind of it's not on the best kind of terms because of something Burnham did when they were younger. So that was kind of interesting. With some of the other parts that were interesting about this episode were that the Klingons are growing their hair back, which at first I was just like, I couldn't, like, L'Rell was really obvious one, but I was like thinking in my mind, I'm like, did none of them have hair in the first season? But now I'm like, oh, okay. They even say it out loud. They even bring a line up saying, oh, since the war, the Klingons have been growing their hair back. So that was pretty kind of interesting little detail to add in. Makes them look a little bit more like the original Klingons from the original TV series. So yeah, that was kind of an interesting little detail. A little like offsetting because we had seen some of these ones before, like L'Rell in particular. Her going from her not having any hair to now having hair was just a little bit of an adjustment. And I was like, is it a different actress? But I mean, changing hair length does that kind of thing. But yeah, that was just an interesting little detail they decided to add into the second season, potentially because there was a little bit of pushback at the Klingon design in the first season, so maybe they took that into account for the second season. They're like, hey, yep, we're making them look a little bit more like the originals. So that was kind of an interesting little detail. Another great part of this episode, which I really enjoyed, was Georgiou showing up at the end to save L'Rell and Ash from some Klingon traders, I guess. Some Klingons who were trying to, take over the leadership of Kronos from L'Rell, and Georgiou ends up showing up and having to kick all their asses. And then she recruits Ash to Section 33, where she's got a badass cloaking ship. It looks so cool. Section 31, which I believe is from the new, is it called the Calvin line? I don't know. The new Star Trek movies, the ones with Chris Pine in them. I believe it's the second one that reference Section 31. So that was a cool little connection. If it's the right connection, I might have that wrong. But yeah, I thought that was cool. And the black badges, it was just an interesting little tie into this, seeing that it's kind of a little bit more, seems to be a little bit more tied into the new Star Trek movies as opposed to the original series as much. But then you got Spock and people. There's a whole lot of connections, but I thought that was interesting nonetheless. But yeah, that's my general thoughts about Episode 3 of Star Trek Discovery Season 2. What did you all think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you not? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and have a good one.